All right, so this will be a review of the 2022 Tesla Model Y. So they originally made three versions of this. You had the standard range version, the long range version, and the performance version. They are currently only producing two versions. That is the long range version and the performance version. So let's just start off here. LED headlights. These LED headlights are amazing. Really make a difference on the road. They really brighten up the road and allow you to see. So they are, like I said, tell you they are significantly different than just regular headlights. So a lot of cars do have those, but that's great to have. So starting here, you've got Tesla. It's a totally electric vehicle, so you don't have any engine, of course. So there is no engine. Since there is no engine, you're able to have an additional cargo space here in the front. And you've got a pretty good amount of room here. You see my arm, how deep it goes down there. So pretty good amount of room you can use here for groceries or whatever. Maybe some, instead of tailgating, front gating or whatever. So, but anyway, good room there. So. Tesla suggests you close that by bringing it down like that, and then hand here, and a good push down. Ooh, and that is hot. All right, coming on around, people. Again, so this is the performance version here. So, and one of the ways you can tell the difference on the performance version is going to be your calipers here. You'll see you have the red brake calipers here, which is from the performance version. So, also the performance version is going to come with these 21-inch wheels and tires. The long range version has the 19-inch wheel tire setup. So that's one of the ways that you can tell the difference. Of course, these are more aggressive, stickier, and hold the road better in this performance version. Coming on around, now you got one of 8 cameras, so that's one camera here. The car has 8 all the way around to help with autopilot and other things. So that's just one of your cameras. Charge port, might as well go over that while we're here. That's your charge port. So that is how you charge the vehicle. So as of right now, the Tesla, you do have to buy the cord in addition. It does not come free. They used to come with a free cord, but this cord here that I'm going to show you back here does not come free anymore. So you have to buy this. So but this is the cord here. Comes in this thing here, and you got that. So one end will plug into the car over there. The other end will go into a 110 outlet. And then they also have an adapter if you want to go into a 240 outlet. We're going to go over some more of the, in fact, let's go over that now when we go. We're going to go on in and go into my garage, and I'm going to show you the different charging options, because this is important as far as your different charging options. So we'll come back and talk a little bit more about that in a second. But so let's go again, your charging options. So the slowest, you have 3 home charging options. One is going to be that the 110 option. So your first slowest option is your 110 option. That'll plug into a 110 outlet, and it's going to get you about 3 miles per hour. So that would take days to charge up this car. This car has a max range of about 305 miles, so you would be charging literally for days. I think that 110 outlet, that charging, that's unacceptable for me. I would at least upgrade to this. So if you come over here, you're going to see we had a 220 outlet installed, and you'll see the big 220 outlet down here. That's what that's for. So you would plug into that 220 outlet and then the other end into the car, and this is much faster. This gets you up to 32 miles per hour. So that's about 10 times as fast as the 110 outlet. So this would charge, let's just say, in a little less than 10 hours. 10 hours would give you 320 miles of range. I said the car maxed out at 305. So even if you would empty in about 9 hours using this, you would be totally charged. Now your top of the line, most fastest option here that you have is going to be this here. This is your Tesla wall connector. Now this comes with its own cord, I like, so you don't have to be transferring the cord back and in and out, because if you go somewhere, you want to have that cord in there in case you need to charge somewhere. So I like to leave that cord in the car. So this one here is your fastest option. This gets you up to 44 miles per hour added in range. So 7-8 hours, you're completely charged with this. So this currently, I'm not gonna mess up the price so you can tell you, but I think it was around $500 I paid, but check the site, like I say, and you do want to order these early because they're like on back order. I had to wait a couple months to get that. So going back over to the car, let's show you. So Again, you've got a storage space here, a smaller one. I like to keep the charging cord in there, cable. Also, you got space over here. A gallon of milk will easily fit in here. That's the same thing on your right over here. Another same size storage space where a gallon of milk or whatever can go over there. Here's your big storage space under here. This is lovely for groceries. You put them in there, don't have to worry about them sliding around and all of that. So again, good amount of space in there. So and Miss Camera Lady, make sure my Bluetooth's off. Did I remember to cut that off? I don't think I did. Oh, yes, I did. I did cut it off. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we're going to come on around. Also, I missed. You can let down your rear seats by using those controls over there. You see, I'm not going to hit them, but they do let down the rear seats. So we're not going to hit those, but it lets the rear seats down from back here. So that's kind of nice there. So, and it is hot out here in this Florida sun. Coming around here, white leather seats. I'm going to let you look in there. White leather seats. Those white leather seats really look nice. And the main question I have for most people is, do they get dirty? No. So this is my wife's vehicle here. We've had 3 of these with the white seats. Never had any issues. She's got a daughter that's quite messy back there. And still, anything she's got on the seat wipes right up. So Tesla has some type of coating on them that really, really wipes anything that you waste on them right up. So I'm going to show you the amount of room that's back here. These seats do recline a little bit back here too. But I'm 6'3", and there's good room back here. I'm comfortable back here. This seat could even come back some more, so I'm comfortable back here. There is good room back here. Again, and I'm at 6'3". You've got rear vents here, which are nice, and they work. They blow a good amount of air. Also, you've got USB-C back here, the latest in that. So that's great for back here. You've got this. We'll talk about that panorama roof in a second, but so pretty much it for your back seat back here. You know, you have all your usuals, and again, these seats back here, like I said, they do recline. So coming on around to the front, I'm gonna let our camera lady in here, and I'm gonna come on around to the other side, and we're gonna go and talk some interior items here real quick. So let's do that. Yep, so I'm going to be coming on around. Give me 1 minute. Coming on around. All right, let's get out of that heat. It is hot down here in Florida. Whew. So one of the first things I'm gonna do, and y'all forgive the wind for a second, I will turn it down after a second, but y'all gonna have to let me cool off for a second. So I love the voice command, so let's do this one. Set fan speed 8. So I don't know if you can hear that, but the fan just went up to level 8 and it's really blowing. So 10 would probably really mess up the sound here. So, and I will turn this off in a second just so I'll cool down a minute. I know it's probably distorting the sound a little bit. But so let's talk first, let's talk performance of the vehicle. Again, I told you they have 2 versions that you can still being made now. The long range version has a max range of about 330 miles. The performance version, which is this, has a range of about 305 miles. They have the same battery pack, but this gets less range because it's got the bigger, stickier tires on it. They're wider, so it's more resistance, more tires. So that's why it gets a little less range than the long range version. So everything that you do here is done through the screen here, your central screen. As you see there, it's a very nice 15-inch screen. It's very responsive, very nice screen. Everything is done through there. I'll show you your backup camera here if I can. I don't have, so I disconnected my so you won't be able to see the but that's okay. You won't be able to see the backup camera. I just had to disable my phone before I started this video. Okay, but it does have a nice backup camera too. Let's see here. So I won't be able to show you that. Let's see if we'll turn down this air in a little bit and go over some of the other features. Back to the performance of the vehicle. So this one here, the long range version, which just the regular long range version, has a 0 to 60 of 4.8 seconds and a max speed of about 135 miles per hour. And that 4.8, if you're not into numbers and cars like that, that's fast. That'll outrun your basic V6, Mustangs, Challengers, and most anything on the road, that version will outrun. Hold on one second here. Set fan speed 5. And turn that down a little bit so you can get started. Okay, now this is the performance version. Your 0 to 60 and this is going to come at about 3.4 seconds with a max speed of 155 miles per hour. That's insanely fast. That's Hellcat fast. So that'll actually outrun a Hellcat to 60. So you're hard pressed to find a vehicle that could outrun this vehicle to 60. I mean, even sports cars. So I love that part of the performance. Amazes you. I mean, when you hit the gas, it throws you back. I mean, you really feel it. Some of the things we got here. Also, Spotify comes on this. I love Spotify because I don't always like to hook my phone to the music. I like it to play from the car so you can still do whatever you want with your phone. It's not interfering with the music. So I have Spotify. So I'll see if I can get this to play.
A lot more things that I've ever done. I probably should pick it.
So I'll let you hear the sounds here in a little bit. I can only play a little bit of it, you know, for copyright material. But I'm going to play a little bit, turn it up, let you hear the sound. It's got a great sound system in it.
Love on you, withdrawals. I'm feeling different every day. I need a dose.
So that's the sound system. Like I say, it's great. And you can actually talk to it and just tell it what you want to play. So I really like that. So what was that, Miss Camera Lady? Where are the speakers? The speakers are everywhere. There's a whole bunch of speakers in here. I ain't gonna go over all of them, but it does have a subwoofer. It's got a whole bunch of speakers. One of the key things with you get this has the enhanced sound system in here, and that does come with the subwoofer. So you may want to get that. I suggest that. So it is worth it. It does sound better. But this is what I like here, where you can actually tell it what music you want to play. So watch this here. Let's say play Caribbean Queen on Spotify. So really like that there. Play Beethoven on Spotify. So anything you want, you just talk to it like that. So I like I say, I really love that feature there. So so it also has some other stuff. It's got Netflix, you've got YouTube, so you can just tell it to launch any of that. It'll tell you your range you got left, how much battery power, you know, all of that's on the screen. Anything you want to do is done in the screen. You know, windshield wipe, just all of your air condition setting, anything is done right in the screen. So, and most of it can be done through your voice commands, which I like to use too. So we went over performance. One of the nice features I love too that's very nice, these are both wireless chargers here. So you've got one for you got two, you can use two phones here, so left and right, and they work really fast and really nice. You just set your phone there and it wirelessly recharge. That's really nice. Love that feature there. You've got lots of storage in here. As you can see, that's one storage area there. That's really deep. A lot of storage there. You've got another storage area here. So that's, you know, a pretty deep storage area there. You got a lot there. Again, you've got other commands like this here. Open glove box. So you just got an array of commands that you can do that are really nice too, that I think. So let's talk about your base. We went over the range of the vehicle. That's important. Again, this max range on this is 305. Max range on the long range one is 330 approximately. Both of these have lots of range. We're in the St. Petersburg, Tampa area, so we're back and forth all over the place, and we don't have any issue with range. The one thing I will say, not even if you're going somewhere close. Again, we're in the Tampa, St. Pete area. Miami's like 3 hours from us, three to 4 hours from us. No problem running down there in this. If you were going, say, on a really long trip, say out to California or something, then you may want to reconsider taking this, because when you do stop at the Wawa's, the supercharge is going to be about 45 minutes. And if you're in a hurry to get somewhere and you got to stop, you know, 5-6 times, that can add up. So we've taken ours as far as Mississippi. That wasn't a huge issue. anything further than that, I probably would get a rental car or a gas car just if I'm in a hurry, so you don't have to stop. If we're not in a hurry, it's fine. We like stop at a supercharger and we go in and eat, and maybe at a mall. Maybe my wife looks at some clothes or something. By the time we're done, we come out, we're fine. So it's not crazy. But if you want that 5 minute where I'm back on the road, I'm trying to hurry, then you may want to think about that. Um, Say again, Kimberly. Where does the air conditioning blow? Oh, so you have your vents here. I mean, they're different from anything else that you've ever seen, but it's like a big band there. So that's where your air conditioning comes out, all across there. So it's like a big band that air conditioning come out, and it can really blow if you turn it up. So that's nice. Also, all Teslas come with your basic autopilot. So meaning they will drive on the interstate basically by itself. So once you get on the interstate and you engage autopilot, it will follow the car. If the car slows down, it'll slow down. It won't run into it. It will stay in its lane. If the road turns, the car will turn by itself. So you can just sit back and it will drive. That's on the interstate. It does not recognize stop signs and stop lights. Now they are working on that in a package called full self-driving. Full self-driving is still in beta, meaning it's still they're getting all the bugs out. So when that is done, that's an additional $12,000. But when that's done, that'll detect everything, stop lights, everything. You won't do anything from your driveway. Like sitting here, I would say, hey, take me to my friend's house in Miami at this address, and it would take you the whole way. They think that'll be here within the next year, so we'll see. But that is currently what they're working on now. If you go ahead and get full self-driving now for the additional $12,000, you do get some added features now that you don't get with the basic autopilot, such as summons. Summons is the feature that if you've ever seen on some YouTube videos where the ladies or the guy standing at the grocery store and their car's in the parking lot, they do something on the phone and the car backs out, comes to the front of where they're at and pick them up. That's called summons, and you get that with the full self-driving package. Also on the interstate, it's a little more advanced, so it'll actually, not only will it stop, stay in this lane and not run into the car in front of you, but if it'll actually go change lanes and go around the car in front of you and then get back in that lane. So it'll get off, and it actually will get off the interstate on the exit. So it does a little bit more than the basic autopilot. Trying to think of if there anything else that we didn't. Oh, love the roof. I'm gonna get your question here in 1 second, Ms. J. I got you. I just didn't want to forget the roof. So the panoramic roof, I love that. It's like no break in it, no bar. That is just very nice roof there. So, what was your question, Jay?
Yes. It has buttons here that I can show them the backup camera.
Okay, that's okay. But yeah, the backup camera is nice, normal. But yeah, and she could pull up different camera views and all that. So that's fine. But yeah, it's a nice backup camera. We won't pull it up now, but it is a nice backup camera that it does have in here. Again, I say, like, we've had, me and wifey's had these for years now, so this is not like we just had it for a few days with this review. I'm able to tell you like important stuff, like stuff that you only come to find out after owning the car for 6 months or something. We just got this one. She previously had the long range version. She went to the performance version, and before that we had a Model 3. So we've had a couple different versions of them. Again, I love them. Just the performance of them. And the electricity cost. So you save. I'll give you a real world example of how you save on electricity. So right now, to go to the gas station, you fill up your car, it's probably 60-70 bucks. Just depending on what kind of car you is and all of that. So 60-70 bucks to fill this up, almost that equivalent of what you filling up and get the range, the same mileage you would get. In this, it's about $10 electricity cost. So if I'm charging at the house in the setup I just showed you, would cost me about $10 in electricity cost. If I go to a Wawa, it's a supercharger, it's a little more expensive, so that might be 15 or 20. But $10 opposed to 60, 70, 80, is a huge difference. And then, if you have a luxury vehicle that requires premium gas, you're up around the $80 mark, $80, $90 mark to fill up. So again, it's $10 in electricity costs, and you really don't ever have to stop, because normally, you drive, you come home and charge it, it's ready to go the next morning, and off you go. So you never really stop anywhere unless you're going on some long trip out of town. So I think we've covered just about everything. Again, it's got the YouTube, the Netflix, all of that. So launch YouTube. So and so yeah, and then if you're watching this video, I made another couple other ones where the sound went out. So if the sound goes out on this one, I'm on screen, but this one should have gave y'all all the stuff that you missed in the previous ones where the sound went out on me, and I apologize for that. The car was picking up my Bluetooth and connecting and made it where the sound wasn't working halfway through those videos. So that's why you'll see the two other videos on here where there's no sound halfway through. So all this interior stuff that we just talked about is you know, stuff that you would have missed on those. So that is pretty much it. There's a ton of other stuff. I may do an extended video at some point to go over all of that stuff, but that's pretty much it. What you should also know, the waiting list on these, on the performance version of this, is probably 3-4 months. The long range non-performance version is about 7-8 months, so there is a long waiting list on them. So just, you know that. They just discontinued, I don't know if it's because the waiting list was so long, but the dual motor long range Model 3, they're no longer taking orders for that this year, so they won't take any more orders for that until next year. So these things are a high commodity, and I see why. Like I say, you don't also, without the engine, you don't have any oil changes. You really don't change the brake pads that often because it's got regenerative braking, so you really don't have to change the brake pads like that. We had, I think, we did about 70,000 miles on the Model 3 and never changed the brake pads because, again, the regenerative braking, most of the time, that's what's, you know, slowing you down, and that's not using the brake pads. So y'all let me know if you got one of these. Comment down there, let me know what kind you got. If I missed anything or you got any questions, you know, you want to know about someone that's owned these for a while, just let me know, and you know, I'll try and answer any questions that you have. Please like the video so that it's pushed out to more like-minded people like us. Share it, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, I would please ask that you subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you want to see in a future video, let me know. Until then, thank you.